SUN that shines some days, but the SON that shines every day. And because I have the sun, no matter where I'm at, no matter how the cards may lay, I can start all over again. This is your main man, Action Jackson, and you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. And I'm proudly posted up with my sunshine.
What's up? Tamara Fair on the air. And today is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday, right?
Yes, it is.
You
Tell me
just
something
told
good.
me something good, Marcel. No
Oh,
matter how down you get, no matter where the valleys are, there's always a peak. You just got to look up to the hills from where your help comes from. Y'all, we got a great show for you today. And it's, is the Wynona coming in?
yes,
Okay.
it is, of course, community chatter. Look, Jarrell back there like, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So
She
community.
never misses a beat because she always has
Never.
a great, great guest for us. So we got community chat, and we have Reverend Jeanette Wilson from Operation Push joining us. Your soror.
Yes.
And
And you know what? We got some real hot topics today, y'all.
When I tell you when the
when
things
things
go
go
down,
down,
the brunch bunch gonna bring it up.
That's it. And listen, we're gonna do some live calling to fix this issue. So listen, believers, call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390.
Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair.
And
Turn that down.
Yeah,
But
turn
the
that
brunch
down.
bunch. All right, guys. So the question was to me. Well, first of all, happy Tuesday. That's the first thing. Instagram, Facebook, we are super excited to have you. And you've got to know. Here, give me my stuff. I don't want to break it.
Right, I'm like, he came a long time on there.
My stuff.
You break, you buy.
What's up, DQ? Y'all, listen. Some things went down yesterday. Now I know
Yeah, sorry, guys.
That went down now.
that part right there. Adam, if you put it in the middle, it won't fall down.
That's your case.
You do know I need the front of that though, right? While y'all, yes, there you go. So some things went down yesterday. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to have an exclusive topic today, even though I have a great one for you. But today we're only going to talk about the things that went down. Now, Kamala Harris has always been in the news. Of course, she ran for president. But you know what? Whether you voted for her or not, whether you believe in her politics, or even just how she lives her life, there is no reason to be rude. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Stay tuned. Hey, cutie. Marcy, no, what's going on? I am super excited though. Today we're gonna make some changes. You know, why have a platform if you can't make it work for the people that you need it to work for?
That's
right?
it.
Is that right?
That is it.
Or make your hair work. Or both. So I'm going to can you put this number on?
Yeah.
Put it on the crawl on Facebook. Put it on the 402 441 4600.
Whose number is that?
Well, what's her name?
Get this on the TV.
That's to her.
Look dark.
So if this is a new,
I'm gonna buy us ring lights now so it can just shine on us.
I want to see like Nebraska.
Now, what you say, Tim?
it's Nebraska.
So white state.
No, you know what? I've learned on Love and Hip Hop last night. It's a whole big black population in Nebraska.
It actually is.
I did not know it's a hood and everything. You know?
I didn't know black people were in Nebraska until I did my 1 year in college.
That's what who?
Who was that? Oh.
Oh yeah, Terrence Crawford.
Right, like, whoa. That's what TT at.
That's what TT at. Right. Do we have information for community
Senator,
chatter?
U.S. Senator Deb Fisher.
Oh, bro, I can't just talk like hello.
Don't worry, run that around here.
Right. You know what? I'm looking like, wait, why did I say Tamara? You took my story. Don't y'all be putting stories down early.
I was gonna do it anyway.
Right. That was a good one. That's why I said it. I was so mad when I
Well, you
saw
can
that.
just table that for tomorrow because it's gonna be
All the time.
all
Okay.
the time.
Okay.
What's up, Tina? What's up, DJ B-Lo? What's up, Anthony Adams?
Yep.
Y'all are amazing. Happy New Year for those of you who I didn't talk to
So what's going
in the
on?
New Year.
They clicked us off.
Yeah, we didn't get very far with that one.
What you talking about?
The number.
We called them and then they didn't.
Oh, call them again.
Yeah.
They probably getting a bunch of calls.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well, you know what? Here's the thing. You call them like you a mad girlfriend or boyfriend. You just keep on calling. Oh, he gonna answer my call.
So you get blocked.
Till you get blocked. You know they did that when we did a call-in campaign in Springfield, and they just took the phone off the hook.
Yeah. They took it off the hook.
It's a busy segment.
That means they took it off.
That means a lot of people are
Find an alternate
calling.
number. It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Marcel, give me a test shot.
Oh, it's on. Wipe the lens.
Well, I don't have. You need a cloth.
That ain't got nothing to do with the lens. Wipe your face. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Hey, it's 20 seconds.
It ain't.
Huh?
2 minutes. We got in the raw.
Ain't nothing even on the
Should we
call.
put a song in for? Or we should be ready
No. No song. Let's
No
go.
song.
Shoot it out and then let them get ready. It's like 10 seconds.
We've upgraded. We got 2 producers in the studio.
Hey. It's 2025. Thriving.
5 seconds.
Where you going?
Yeah, look. He told me, where you going?
So the internet is buzzing, and I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way. Liberals accuse elderly husband of the U.S. Senator of snubbing Harris's handshake, and this is what really went down, right? So today we're tackling a viral moment that's been lighting up social media and supposed snub involving Vice President Kamala Harris at Senator Deb Fisher's swearing-in ceremony. Now, let us break it down right here for you on the Brunch Bunch. Here's what happened. During the ceremony, Vice President Harris extended her hand to Senator Fisher's husband after she congratulated Senator Fisher as a part of a traditional congratulations. However, Bruce, who is Senator Fisher's husband, didn't reciprocate the handshake. Actually, you can see him in the video just looking down like he knew it was coming, and he had already decided that he was not going to extend his hand. Well, cameras caught the moment, and before you know it, social media was exploding with accusations of disrespect and even political undertones. Well, critics were quick to pounce, suggesting that the snub was intentional, possibly a statement aimed at Vice President. But with most viral moments, there was more to the story. A closer look at the footage reveals that Bruce Fisher was holding a cane in his right hand and very typically used as for handshakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying it. You could have switched your hand or extended your other hand, right? So the detail shifts the narrative dramatically, according to the person who wrote this story. I have a different opinion. It appears that his inability to shake hands may have been due to physical constraints rather than any deliberate slight. Well, if you look at Kamala Harris immediately after he did that, she looked like, okay, well, forget your hand, yours too. So of course that hasn't stopped the internet for saying what it has to say. The incident has sparked heated debates with people on both sides interpreting a gesture or lack thereof through a political lens. Well, some still claim that it was intentional, while others are calling for a little grace and context before jumping to conclusions. Now, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so somebody quantify how many words that a video is worth.
100,000.
100 million.
All right.
Here's a takeaway. In this era of viral moments, it's easy to let one clip or one image define a story. But as this situation reminds us, sometimes there's perfectly reasonable explanation that gets lost in the noise. So was it a snub or just an unfortunate misunderstanding? That's up for you to decide. I encourage you guys to go and watch the video for yourselves, make your own interpretations. But let's remember to dig a little deeper before rushing to a judgment. Now, That's what I'm saying to you. I looked at the video once, twice, thrice, and I don't know if it's twice, but I looked at the video 4 times, and I did not see where he even looked up to acknowledge her. I didn't see where it could have even been interpreted that it was a disability. If it was a disability, a true disability, I get it, but that's not what it looks like. So some of my friends who are very upwardly mobile minded and civic minded have started calling into the senator's office. We want to encourage you to call into the senator's office too, because irrespective of what it was, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, deserves an apology.
He should have gave her a dap, shrugged his shoulder to do something if his hand was really crooked and couldn't work. But that ain't it. That was blatant racism.
Yeah, definitely.
And
was.
when we hear people saying, "Oh, we need to stop talking about racism. We need to not talk about."
So does that mean we should stop talking about the facts? Because if the facts are racist, then we have to talk about it.
That is the fact.
So here on the Brunch Bunch, we've tried to call from the studio. That number is 402-441-4600. Well, seems that they have gotten a flood of calls, so they've taken it off the hook. But our trusted teamwork has gotten extra numbers. So here's the number that you can call: 402-391-3411. That's the Omaha office in which Deb Fisher is actually representing now. Omaha, Nebraska, just in case you don't know your states and your cities. So that's 402-391-3411. And of course, since she is now a U.S. Senator, there's a Washington number as well. That number is 202-224-6551. We have one of the numbers, and we will shortly have all of the numbers on all of our socials so that you can refer to them. We're going to try back again on one of those alternate numbers when we come back. But I really, really think that if you look at that video, you will see what the truth is. Not Tamara's truth, not Marcel's truth, but the truth, the actual truth.
Yeah, it was it's a travesty. I was flabbergasted. I wasn't gonna I use it all the time. I was just taken back. I was like, what?
Kamala was visibly taken back.
And she was too, and I felt so bad, and I wish. I said, I'm not a fighter, but I just that was the first person I wanted to slap in 2025 was Buddy.
Really?
I was like, I wish I was there to just, why would he do her like that?
Well, you know what? It can't be misconstrued as a physical ailment because he was looking down. I thought he was looking at his phone, right? And when I saw that he wasn't looking at his phone, I personally didn't see a cane. Now I got to go back and enlarge the image to see if I see a cane. But cane or no cane, phone or no phone, you knew you were at a commemorative celebration for your wife's inauguration, and you knew that there was a duty and a responsibility that you had to give accolades or at least acknowledgement to the person who was swearing her in. Now, irrespective, as I said when we led this segment, irrespective of what your views are about Kamala Harris, the office deserves respect, and those who hold the office deserve respect.
Yeah, we're going to pray for this country. We're praying, and I'm going to just say this. I'll close with this. God rest my grandmother's soul. But she used to, her favorite line was, a lie ain't nothing for a
person to tell.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't quite say person, but listen, you'll get it when you get it. But make sure you call their Washington, D.C. office. Let them know your disdain. That's 202-224-6551, 202-224-6551, or call the Omaha office. That's 402-391-3411, 402-391-3411. We'll have these posted on our social media. And you know what? It is a Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. I'm going to tell you something good. We got a good song coming up for you next, right here on the Brunch Bunch. Where the song list, everybody? Real Zoe. Song list. Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Today, all right, y'all.
Yes.
So,
how are you guys?
We're wonderful. How
good. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I'm gonna come to your house when I don't get you now.
Hey, bro. How you doing? So you missed us. You're political and a preacher. So the first story was political. The new senator husband who didn't shake VP Kamala Harris' hand when she reached forward. That is her swearing in. But the next one is a church story.
you're not gonna extend it.
No, we can't call.
Yes, we can. We call the other numbers.
They ain't answering.
We didn't call those numbers.
Oh, well, try, but we don't get nobody. We got to keep the
Try
show
that number.
rolling.
Try those other alternate numbers. That meant try those telephone numbers now, please.
Right, give them the Zoe.
Okay.
Adam, get those alternate numbers up
What's going on?
And put them on Facebook too. Did you put the telephone numbers on the Facebook crawl?
I posted them on Instagram.
Put them on the crawl on Facebook too, please. What's up, staying in your lane? Oh, hugs, Jarrell from Staying in Your Lane.
Oh, okay. What's up, staying in your lane?
Tina, Staying in Your Lane. You said she probably didn't see you.
Right.
Zoe's here too, Staying in Your Lane.
It's okay, you real some love. I'm a member already.
You got an extra number in there. Put where it is. I am wonderful. Jarrell, how are you? She wants to know.
I'm great.
He's great. His hair looks great too. And Zoe is so glamorous today.
Girl, that's what I said. She glamorous.
What,
I
she on?
put that tune on my face. That's it.
This restaurant.
Thanks for the hugs. Definitely need those.
Nobody else is here.
Hey, who's trying to
What happened?
I was just saying, like, hey, how old is stay in your lane? You know? This
Turn
restaurant.
that down and make that call for me, please, Jarrell. Thank you.
It's somewhere down.
Are you looking at that video again? Show me that video again on your phone. I wanna inch it out so I can.
Y'all gotta feel like y'all are push.
All right.
That's funny.
One. So I was a great push this past Saturday. Oh, sorry. You were giving me this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
thank
want to kick over there. I'm like, I can't be at the front now.
Oh my God.
He got his hands in his pocket.
Oh, thank you.
It's like people also put up a video where he shook Mike Pence's hand. No questions asked. No. Nothing.
Oh, this is nice. Thank you. Thank you.
He was holding a Bible.
What's going on?
He was
You can
not
come
holding
on
a
now.
cane.
Turn it up so we can hear.
He was holding a whole Bible. He looked at her and did.
No, come
You
on
saw
now.
that? He looked at her and did like that.
We got about 6 minutes.
No, you need to look at that.
I seen it. It's
Damn, they took everything off.
And this is a whole blatant lie. Who wrote this?
30 seconds.
Where'd you get this from?
Was it politics.com?
Stay in your lane. Jarrell said, "How old are you?" She said, "Hey, what y'all saying about me? I stepped away." LOL.
I mean, that's what you was asking about.
Behind the scenes convo.
I'm backstage.
10 seconds.
This restaurant.
Okay, all the numbers about to be posted. 6 numbers.
For a life.
Kamala Harris looks visibly disturbed.
Where's the action, Jackson? I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on? Tamara said that a picture tells 1,000 words, but
Worth
are worth 1,000 words. A video is worth
a million.
a million. Well, in the time that we're living in, church services are now streamed every Sunday. And unfortunately, that is not always a good thing. So
I can imagine the basket is.
there is a Hampton pastor that has sparked outrage for shaming a pregnant woman in front of the church, a young teenage pregnant woman. And so on Sunday, December the 5th, Pastor Terry Jackson, no relation, of True Vine Apostolic Church of Christ in Hampton, Virginia, made a young pregnant woman stand in front of the entire congregation to apologize for being pregnant out of wedlock. If that wasn't enough, the church also denied her a baby shower. Now, let's be real. We do know in the church that back in the day, young women who had babies out of wedlock had to get up in front of the church to apologize to the entire congregation. That is so old and outdated and antiquated. But this young woman is already like dealing with so much stress and fear. So I watched the video because it's been going viral, and a bunch of pastors here in Chicago have been posting their disdain for it, and they're offering to send gifts and money. I found out that the young lady and her family are standing with the pastor. They don't want the gifts from anyone. But he got up in front of the pulpit. He said, little sister Sally's daughter. He didn't even say her name. And that took a little respect away. He said she wants to talk to her. She was crying, shaking, and she apologized for getting pregnant without being married and asked the entire congregation would they please forgive her of her sins. And I was really upset. Just like with the shaking hand, I felt so sorry for that young lady. My first thought was like, let me find her and send her some gifts. Because he got up on the mic and said, hey, we're not supporting her. We're not throwing her no baby shower. He said, and he told the members, and I dare any of you members to go to a baby shower that's thrown for her. We are not supporting her sin. We're grateful that she apologized. And he just kept going on and on. And the whole video was a little disturbing. It was communion, first communion of the year, so the communion table was out. And when she walked in front of it, he said, stand in front of the church. And he was like, don't touch the table, the communion table like that. And then when he said that, I was the second person I wanted to. But I was like,
you're doing a lot of slapping in 20.
yeah, I was like, no, Jesus, pray for me. What is happening? So
I think you might be Will Smith.
So another pastor who is a pastor of a big church, I won't say any names right now, it had made him so mad. He was cursing on Facebook. I was like, whoa, But my point is, I get the live streams. I think they are perfect. They work. I was able to watch some of Push's Saturday event because of live stream. I'm able to view church or funerals that I can't make it to live stream. But as a church, I think we need to leave some of those outdated principles in the past, because now the flip side is, where was the daddy who, it's always the woman, right? The woman got to get up and apologize and can't serve in ministry, but the baby daddy,
the man
ain't had to really say nothing, and he just keep playing the drums or being the organist, for the church. So that's an issue.
But I think that shaming is just not what the church was intended for. Like, what would Jesus do? Jesus would definitely not do that. There's so many things that you can read in the Bible where he could have said or put somebody on Front Street, whereas he really rerouted them and got them to a healing or got them to a better place. And I think that's the pastor's role, to get a person to a better place, and shaming them in front of the entire congregation is definitely just not the way. Like in childcare, we are sanctioned if we even scream at kids, right? How old was this young lady?
She was about 16.
16. Okay, so she was young, but there are so many young mothers. And so it makes me say, what sins does the pastor have that we need to dig up to see? Because I know a lot of pastors.
Not dig up.
Dig up.
Well,
I know a lot of Pastor Wilson, for example.
Well, you got it all, Lord Jesus. But in what I believe, if you're gonna make a young lady get up to ask the congregation to forgive her of her sins, we just need to turn the mic around and start a line and let everybody, because he who without sin cast the first stone. We all fall short of the glory of God on daily, and we must repent daily, but we can't choose one sin over another one to make people apologize.
He could never be my pastor.
Well, and you know what? It hurt me because he's been going viral on social media, and I love to watch his church videos, but now I'm like, unfollow. You won't get this support.
That's too far, too much. And this young lady could be scarred for life. And if you dare, when this child grows up, ask this child to be a member of tithing member, I want to know about it.
Daniel Lane says sometimes we need to shame because some of the kids and young adults are out of control. Yeah, but if we're going to shame just pregnant out of wedlock births, and I'm going to end on this because we got a great guest. We got community child to come up. But here's the deal, too. What did the baby do? So when you say no baby shower, those are gifts for the baby. I know you're not supporting the sin, but what did this unborn child do to not be able to receive the benefits of this future congregation that I'm sure he's going to serve and love and volunteer and give money to? But, It's old, it's outdated. I say let it go. If you want to minister to her in private and counsel her on her sin and let her know she needs to repent, then that's one thing. But to make her apologize to a room full of sinners is out of order.
That's her cross to bear with Jesus, not with the congregation. And that's not our job to be in judgment. There's only one judge, and it's not that pastor.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The judge sits high and he looks low. And from the uttermost to the guttermost, he still saves. And
That's
so
right.
I'm asking God to touch this young lady's heart and her mind. And I'm praying for the pastor. I pray that God gives him the wisdom to understand the error in his ways because we don't
I'm
have to
praying
keep
for him
doing.
too. I pray I don't run into him.
Oh, well, listen, I'm praying I run into Wynona Redmond of Win-Win Communications because each and every week she helps us to continue to win. It's the theme song for Community Chatter, winning right here on the Brunch Bunch.
That'll make no sense.
And listen,
You gave him all kind of grace. All kind of grace. Oh well, let's
I'm
just.
gonna say this. As someone who had a child at 17 and dealt with all kinds of judgment and negative talk, telling me I wasn't gonna be anything, I wasn't gonna do anything in my life.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel horrible. Even like going through the disappointment of how my mother felt. That was hard because I had actually wrote her a letter and attached the results to it.
Mhm.
She didn't even read the letter; she just flipped right through it,
mm,
and it just in that moment I thought I was gonna lose my mother forever.
oh
But
wow,
because of the circle that I have in my family, they were actually there for me, and I'm grateful for that. Because in high school, it was crazy. I didn't know who my baby father was, just because he didn't go to the
I got a
school.
cousin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, my son's father was like,
And that burden is left to women.
sorry to
But you
cut you.
think about it,
Zoe,
your grandparent, well, maybe your great
fade this and do the
grandparents
win-win
had
job.
kids at that age too. Yeah, that was absolutely normal.
Well, that's it though, because I feel like religion back then was more strict though. I feel like because
all right, what about fate?
well, I guess life expectancy was lower though too.
That's true. Well, not just the lifespan was lower.
Somebody text me, said my pastor covered me and loved me no matter what.
And that's what your pastor
Yeah.
was
Also,
supposed to
well, I
do.
guess life expectancy wasn't.
You representing the word.
It is time for our favorite day of the week, favorite segment is Community Chatter with none other than the queen of shining lights on hidden figures. That's Wynona Redmond of Win-Win Communications. Woo, woo, woo.
That's so nice of you to say it, but every day is Brunch Bunch #1 show in town. It's a good day. But Tuesday is definitely a day. And show of the new year for Chatter. We're just happy to be here, but it's a historic time, and there is no better lens of history and the time like this than Rainbow Push and our Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson,
Yes.
history maker. And we have none other than Reverend Jeanette Wilson, special assistant, over Push Excel. She's an attorney. She is welcome back because she's one of our trusted partners.
Yes, welcome,
And
welcome,
we
welcome.
know that she's a soror.
That's
Samara.
right. That's
We
right.
know she's an AKA. But such a historic time. Reverend Wilson also, first and foremost, is a minister, and she prays.
Oh,
she,
yeah.
she prays regularly for personally and professionally. You guys have had a year, so welcome. I mean, we can feel the whole short time on just what you did in 2024. The last few weeks, I think you had our West Side Reverend Acre on, but and you
Yes.
had a big piece on the whole immigration, and you have this weekend. You have the celebration of Haitian Independence Day. I love how Reverend Bobby Lewis, Ramsey Lewis's son, and Yusuf Jackson, the childhood neighbor buddies, they have done a great job on restructuring the broadcast. But welcome, Reverend
Oh,
Wilson.
thank you. I'm so excited. I love this radio program.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you,
Best
thank you,
program in
good.
the
thank you.
world. And I want to thank Wynona Redmond, who's always constantly reaching, can I help you do this? I'm going to put you on this and push. And we need a push every day. And so we thank you. We are
You
winning with
feel the
everybody.
push.
I feel the push. This is really it's going to be a challenging and yet exciting year, 2025. And so we're opening up the year trying to talk about unity. We have to reunite and look at Dr. King's last book, Where Do We Go From Here?
Mm-hmm.
Chaos or Community. And so our King events are going to start on Saturday and Monday. Saturday is a day of action, a day of service,
Service.
a day
I
of
saw that.
reflection. And so we're having a unity breakfast. We are inviting leaders from across this city to join us as we really engage in where are we going from here. And we believe it's community and it's common unity, not just you do your thing, I do my thing. And it's going to take all of us working together to transform America and even the world. Like this Saturday is Haitian Independence Day. Haiti gave us our independence, and yet Haitians are suffering. Babies are dying. Mothers can't give birth. You talked about the young lady. I would ask that pastor when Jesus was brought to they brought to Jesus the woman caught in the very act of adultery.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jesus looked at them and he said, he who is without sin, throw the first stone at her. And they started backing away. I don't know what he wrote on the ground, but I do know he didn't condemn the woman.
Yep.
And so these pastors that are holding that foolishness, I would ask them, what sins have you not committed?
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of the churches, how are you going to condemn a child
Amen.
who you don't even know the condition? And so that is why we really have to come together with the love of God and the joy of our fellowship to transform this year 2025. It's going to be something. So Saturday,
But while you're on that baby thing, I just love my Reverend Jackson, and I've been fortunate enough to have decades of him. But his heart, he wanted diapers. When he found out that there was a shortage of diapers, Rainbow Push ended up with a great big drop-off deliveries of diapers. With the E2, with the whole club, when I was at Dominic's over public affairs, no cameras allowed. He had those kids come to get groceries and bags for those kids the families who had lost the parents in the stampede at the club. His heart has always been big for children and parents, but Push has been overflowing with baby gifts and diapers. But
and it's a critical time right
Yep.
now, Wynonna.
he
Today,
responds to the need, and that's why Push is needed now more than ever.
much more than ever. And when you think about how many babies are on the street, they have no home. And they don't know that they're homeless. They just know they go to a different place to sleep every single day. Not just the tents, they're riding L's. It's like 4,000 ride one L at night with their parents. And the danger that you face on public transportation. So that Saturday, we're looking to bring faith leaders, community leaders, civic leaders. We got to come together. Corporate people have a responsibility. The church has a responsibility. Our church buildings are closed pretty much Monday through Saturday until we get to Sunday. We need to be opening these warming centers at our churches. We need to feed people at our churches.
And some churches are really
They
stepped
are
up.
yeah.
Some churches are stepped up to the
But we
game.
all going to have to step
Yep.
up because there's too many people that need us.
And like you said, that those buildings are dormant
They're
for the
dormant, and
balance
you're
of the
paying for the
day.
heat
You
anyway.
are. And one of our Facebook, Instagram listeners said we need that village back.
We
Yeah.
got to do the village.
And the neighbors looking out the window and watching.
And we have to, Reverend, we asked him, what is the one thing you want us to talk about this year? He said, we must save the children.
Oh, I was just about to talk about that. I saw the documentary on Netflix,
Yes.
and it brought chills. It was so
Yeah.
amazing to see Reverend Jackson, his parents, and all that footage from 1972,
Yes.
and to see him put that event on to save the children
Save the children.
was amazing.
And that's where we are here in 2025. More babies are dying for lack of food, inappropriate shelter, of limited resources, no access to health care. Do you know a pregnant woman cannot get a maternity care from Roseland? You, from Roseland, you have to go to University of Chicago for a maternity care unit.
Wow.
So that's on the south side.
Wait, Dr. Wilson. When you say maternity care, you talking about prenatal or actual birthing or all of it?
That. All of
All
that.
of it.
And so what happens if you go into labor, and I know what that's like, that's a situation.
That's a whole
It's a
situation.
whole situation, and you don't need to be riding on bumpy streets and potholes trying to get to the hospital.
And some of them don't have cars. You got looking for
On the
buses,
bus, you
trains,
standing
Ubers.
outside in labor. It's unimaginable. So we're talking on that Saturday. We got to focus on bringing the leadership together because everybody has a role we can play. And you all are promoting information. You need to be able to share where people can go to get help.
So
Hmm.
where can they go to get help? Because if I'm in labor from Roseland Community
You can go to
through
Roseland.
South Shore, through Chatham, all the way to Woodlawn, because that's where University of Chicago is.
Yeah,
There's no other resources for that.
they don't. They do not provide maternity health. And then between University of Chicago and Northwestern, that's a whole nother distance. So we're going to talk about.
Oh, we need to partner with Uber then.
And West Suburban, Jess, they fighting over there on the west side because their maternity partnership was canceled, and
Oh,
women
they
are
didn't want the
also,
midwives.
yep,
I'm
cannot
telling you,
go
this
over.
is a big deal.
So
I don't want
as
to get
we
off of
move
that.
to save the children, we have all kinds of stuff going on.
Yes.
So January 20th has always been the historic observation of MLK, but it also is an inauguration day too.
Yes.
And we've got all these new policies, all these new laws. So I love that you're doing the unity, that cry that needs to go international, but especially nationally.
Well, and what we want elected officials, we're gonna have a program. It's not just what's happening in Washington. There's legislation made in every state. You have to know what's happening in
We're
your
in the
state
lame duck session now.
right
Right
now. They're
now.
down in
In
Springfield,
Springfield,
snowed in.
and it's new folks, new laws, lots of new laws, lots of new folks. So
January,
January 19th, Service Day,
no,
Unity.
18th is Service Day.
18th is
That's
Service
Saturday.
Day, Saturday,
19th is Sunday.
and 19th
Then
is
Monday, we're at Soldier Field.
okay. And so what's going
Inside,
on?
don't worry, you won't be cold. We're gonna be
Right.
inside.
So, but and so at Soldier Field, that's a nice move, nice location. What's the program? So we know that you always make history, and that Push Excel has sent thousands of kids to
Scholarship,
college
yes.
scholarships. And I know that one year you served a poor folks meal and did Tent City. But what's going on at Soldier Field?
And I,
Will they have a meal?
that you will have a you have a full breakfast. But I want people as they think about the meal to think about people that have no meal, no appetite, or nor have any food to eat. That day, however, we're going to celebrate. It's to raise money for our scholarships and Push Excel's programs. We have
Tickets still
oratorical.
available?
Tickets are $150 each. Yes, they are available. We are selling tables at $1,500 each. You will hear from our oratorical. You will hear from our keynote, Ben Jealous, who was formerly with the NAACP nationally, and so we're excited about that, bringing the family back together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to honor several people. For the first time, President Tony Pretwinkle,
Oh wow.
from being an educator to a politician. And it's always good to have an educator making laws.
And such an
Yeah,
impactful leader.
yeah, and she's leading. She's the third largest county, but she leads the Democratic Party in the state of Illinois right now. And then we have
That's perfect. I didn't know you hadn't honored her because as she says she's teacher first, that
yeah.
education
And then we have
background.
Kim Fields, the actress who is coming. She will be present, and we remember her on a lot of
227.
227. And before then, she was Tootie.
Living
Yeah.
color.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's exciting.
she'll
That's
be
gonna be
with us. And
amazing.
her mother is a humanitarian
She
as well,
sure is.
Chip Fields. And then we have Lawrence O'Donnell. He's been doing a lot of work in Africa, African relief. And we have the president, Ali Malazeta from Roosevelt University, because that's one university that has been standing for social justice, teaching it, and focused on it since its inception. Dr. Joanne Roberts, who was helping draft the curriculum for Push Excel many years ago in its early founding around in the 1970s. And Bishop Timothy J. Clark, who is the presiding bishop of the Church of God, which is the church that Reverend Addie Wyatt, Reverend Willie Barrow belonged to, and Frank Watkins, Reverend Frank Watkins. So those are our honorees. We are going to have the voices of, what is it, United Youth Voices will be welcoming people as they come into the stadium. And we will have a press conference before the breakfast. And of course, as always, we'll be talking about the prevalent educational issues and how we're going to respond. One of them I'm concerned about, Wynona, and I know you all are, is this whole elimination, potential elimination of the Department of Education.
Mm.
Now, we think we
Huge,
had it all the
widely
time.
concerned.
It started, interestingly enough, with President Carter. He separated the Department of Education from that unity department, which had health and human services and education was just lumped in there. He pulled it out in 1980, so the children who needed a free breakfast and lunch programs, children that needed extra support, the Department of Education, and so now they're trying to eliminate it, and we have to fight that.
You know, I'm trying to understand what that actually means, so we'll stay in touch with you and also keep our fingers on the pulse of how that's going to pan
Because
out.
a lot of little small areas, rural areas in particular, they don't have the money to afford public education, to provide for the meals for students. Some kids, the only meal they get is at school. So when you cut Title I, you're cutting food.
And Head Start.
Head Start programs will be cut.
Youth services.
And just
a lot.
A lot of the tools that the states cannot afford to give you, the Fed was adding some money.
And CCAT.
And social workers. Our schools right now, you have a social worker maybe once a week. Well, if I'm in a mental crisis, I need that person that day.
That day.
You know, I can't hold my mental crisis until Friday.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait till Friday. You'll be all right.
Yeah. And so much of our specialized services is limited to people who are diagnosed with certain kind of disabilities. We need counseling with the level of violence these children witness. You got PTSD in every school.
And every age bracket.
Every age bracket.
And when you look at all of the programming, I know Push has a full cycle this year of programming and services, but the education piece is so on point, and it's really timely that on the same day you got pastors and everybody coming together to address the need.
And our day of service is so important. We forget Dr. King was an action person.
Yeah.
He was a prophetic voice, but he also did things. He led the Children's March in Birmingham. The children were sprayed with water hoses because they didn't have access to public accommodations, and they were marching for that. And so we have to train up our children so that they have a curriculum in every school that reflects who they are culturally as well as academically. We're going to be talking about banned books. And so we're trying to have some banned books on each table so people know, buy these books. We have a banned books list, and I'll get that to you. Because every parent should make sure their child reads one of those books because it's about us.
Yep.
But if you're banning them, those are the ones we want to target
That's
first.
right.
Those are the ones we need to read routinely.
See, they used to censor books based on sexual stuff.
Yeah,
and
not
when
anymore.
I found out that Chaucer's Canterbury Tales that we were required to read in literature, English literature, you can't have a worse book than the Wives' Tale, the Reeves' Tale, and Chaucer. So the banned books that we're talking about will help young people understand the cultural history of the people of color and what it
When we
does.
talk about when prayer was taken out of school,
Yeah.
now you're talking about taking out all of education.
Everything.
So
Everything.
so
Does that remind you all of something?
when we couldn't read at all,
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
were banned from
Well,
education.
man,
It's like cycling, going back to what we fought for to go
To-
forward from.
Yep.
Yes.
Well,
so
that's why the Jews say never forget, right?
Never forget.
Because
never
you
forget.
cannot forget where you come from because you'll allow it to happen again. But I was watching The View this morning, and Amanda Gorman, the young
Poet.
African American poet
Yeah.
that spoke at the inauguration, her books are on the ban list. The
Yes.
Hill We
Yes.
Climb, and it's like y'all just banning anything to ban it these
All
days.
black,
I was
most
gonna
of
say
your
ban on
black
black.
authors are on the banned book list. Toni
So,
Morrison.
Did
so
you see the purple turtle on that list? No.
Tamara has the purple turtle, and she's got the turtle, the doll, to go with it.
Really?
We always run out of time, but we want people to know that this historic organization, Push Excel, the breakfast will be January 20th, 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at Soldier Field. Tickets are still available, so you can Google. We will definitely post it. But when you look at Push, you guys have an agenda from like no other. So you have Push Excel breakfast, the scholarship, the education, the honorees, and then when you just look at all the different factors. I know Congressman Jonathan Jackson has even got the maternal committee as part of his passion. He's very serious
Yes.
about following through on that
And,
legislation.
and he's going to be reporting this Saturday. Everybody's been watching Washington. Well, he's going to give a report from Washington.
Yeah.
And we're asking our elected officials, you must come and tell us what you're doing. Don't tell us you're busy. Tell us what you're busy doing.
Right.
So that we'll know how to be supportive of certain legislation, whether state, federal, county, or city.
Yeah, and we're so fortunate to have our seasoned veterans like Congressman Jackson, who's worked with all these administrations. So, what else? So you've got a full agenda as you work on this unity, but what else is
Well,
going on? You've got Wall Street, you've got.
We got Wall Street in March. We have the historic Black College tour, so young people know the colleges that have people that look like them leading them and empowering them to go forth. That's going to be in March during the spring break of CPS's spring break. And then we're certainly going to have March as Women's History Month. Every Saturday we will have high profile preachers and choirs and information. We inspire, inform, and engage you to take action. And then June is our convention where we all come together from around the country in Chicago.
So it's a big year. It's a great agenda, and
And the service event is packed with powerhouses.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you trust me, if you want to go from glory to glory, you want to be in this room. Listen, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna keep learning more about Push, win-win, shining a light on these great initiatives. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Isn't it amazing?
Well, not maybe way more.
Turn that down a little bit. Isn't it amazing that on the very same day of Martin Luther King's birthday, Trump gets inaugurated?
yeah,
That's not an accident.
no.
But the good thing is Carter, he made his transition at an appropriate time. All of the media is focused on Carter lying in repose,
Yep.
moving in repose. He can't get any media. Carter is sucking up all the air,
Yep.
which I think is just so powerful.
It is.
I love Jimmy Carter. He is the first president who was just straight Christian.
Shut the
He
front
was
door.
I'm about to say,
Sunday
Jamie.
school, Sunday school teacher.
Yeah,
He
he
Say,
never
wait.
stopped teaching.
never stopped doing Sunday school
Every
teaching.
Sunday.
Did you hear what Jarrell just said?
What did you
What?
say,
Don't
Jared?
you think Martin Luther King would have been pro-Trump?
Absolutely not.
Are you crazy?
Oh Lord.
No.
Trump ain't that different from JFK as far as being anti-establishment and stuff like that. And JFK and Martin Luther King was friends.
How you relate that like that?
Yeah.
But Trump is a racist, and that is
Trump
not.
doesn't believe. Trump does
It's
not.
about anti-establishment.
No, Trump doesn't. He's an anarchist, basically. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's not a
believe
racist,
in
he's an anarchist.
government as
You're
we
right.
have it.
The Antichrist.
What I'm saying is JFK was all those things too.
No.
No, JFK was not an anarchist.
No, he wasn't.
Tried to get rid of the CIA. That's why they got rid of him.
You know why he
No,
got
he was
tried to
trying
get rid of the CIA?
FBI.
Because the CIA eventually got him killed.
Is this the same thing that Trump is trying to do now?
No.
But it's different.
Trump wants to be a dictator. For real. He doesn't believe in the
What does
Constitution.
getting rid of the CIA? What does that make you? A dictator?
No, it does
That's the
not.
other power source.
No.
I don't
You
know
want to
that
get
the
rid of them because they take power away from you, so I could be a dictator. They
No.
both was dictators.
what was the purpose of the CIA and how has it served the American
Say let
people?
it go. He said let it go.
Who said that?
Justice.
I'm with
No,
you.
I
I'm
I
just
love hearing what they have to say because it makes you think. But I just don't. I don't know that that would have.
JFK
That's a
is talking
stretch.
about two New York business-minded white guys. They think
no.
very similarly, and Martin Luther King was friends with JFK. That's why they both got took out. That's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
We're gonna have to have a debate about that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, we
I'm
gotta
ready.
get.
I'm
We
ready.
need to do something that
Intergenerational,
push.
yeah.
An
Intergenerational.
intergenerational debate because I think your information is incomplete.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm probably posted with.
It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and we are sitting talking all things Martin Luther King, all things push, and we are super excited that today is Community Chatter, all things Wynona.
We're excited, and we don't have to shine a light on uh, all the great work of Rainbow Push and Push Excel because it's history, and it's not Black history; it is history. And you've covered the year, so you've got the Service Day on the 18th. You've got January 20th, the Push Excel. You've got Wall Street. You've got the College Fair. You've got the conference coming. But this Saturday, you have a celebration of Haitian Independence Day with Pastor Stephen Thurston II. But will you have Haitian food?
Probably not.
No,
We would like
Push
to.
normally has
We would
that
like to.
experience. But with what's going on, what's
Well,
the importance of Haitian Independence Day as we're looking at all of
Most people don't know. Haiti and the Dominican Republic are the same island.
Yep.
And it's interesting that one half of the island is in complete poverty. It is a uh, just full of violence. And people don't have access to health care. They don't have access to food. That's Haiti. And many of us are going to the Dominican Republic, having events, weddings, and all those things. You must remember Haiti gave us our independence in America. It is Haiti, Toussaint Louverture, who fought for us, America, to be America, to be the United States of America. We owe Haiti a debt. Haiti produces such rich things like the orchids we get from Haiti. But the Haitians are dying in Haiti as we speak today. And so this Saturday, we're bringing our Haitian leaders. You will hear from the interim president of Haiti. You will hear from the ambassador to Haiti.
in person.
No,
So you have them both.
we have both. And then we have Judge Lionel Jean Baptiste, who is a judge in Cook County. He will be there.
Kwame is.
He has not confirmed. But Kwame Raoul, our Attorney General, is of Haitian descent. He's second generation Haitian.
Oh wow! Now that I didn't know. Now is this
He
event
speaks
just in
out.
person or is it virtual as well?
It's virtual and in person. We would invite as many. I call it the young adults, y'all 25 to 40. Y'all need to come to Push this Saturday because I want you to get engaged. We got to feed Haiti. We got to send medicine to Haiti.
How are tickets being sold, or
it's free.
register,
It's free.
or how do you register,
You
or just show up?
You can just show up and we'll register you when you
RainbowPush.org.
Yeah,
Show
go
up.
to
And
rainbowpush.org.
everybody knows 930 East 50th Street is Rainbow Push. And what time do they need to be
You need
there?
to be at 9 o'clock for breakfast.
9 o'clock for breakfast,
Yes.
and then the broadcast starts.
Broadcast is live at 10 o'clock a.m.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen.
I want some of the lunch bunch to be there.
I'm-
Wynona comes all the time.
Tammy, me and you gonna have to schedule a Saturday
Is that
morning
this
to meet
Saturday?
there.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm available.
You available?
Look at here.
Well, you know
Breakfast
what?
9
I'm
a.m.,
available.
10
We
a.m.
going
I'm
Saturday.
coming late
We'll
though.
be
That's a
here.
little early for tea.
Well, it's
And
a,
January 20th and January 18th.
I want the lunch bunch on January 20th and January 18th.
well, I'll be there on the 20th, and now we'll be there Saturday. But you know what?
Yay.
We'll be back tomorrow because we're out of time, but we're never out of content. Thank you, Wynona, for what you do. You know, I can never say enough about the amazing work that you do and the
Yeah.
people that
Y'all
you
are
help.
very
We
good.
trying to shine the light, but
That's it.
Shine the light.
Reverend Wilson, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you.
Believers, thank you for joining us each and every day to keep us at the top of the charts because we love you.
And it's always our aim to send you back better than you came. It's also our aim to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them. Show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love, land on love. I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you, Tammy.
Believers,
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 we
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 love
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 you.
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 Baby
M
over
and
Love
there,
M,
you.
we
we
love
love
you too.
you.
Up
Up
next.
next, AC Green. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. My mind went blank.
Clearly, clearly it did.
I'm like, what do I
You
say
like,
next?
Thank you.
that's hilarious.
So, Tina Hammond said Aisha Edwards passed away. Is that the Aisha Edwards that used to work with the Cabrini Green Legal Fund? Huh? Cabrini Green Legal Aid.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely want you all to make those phone calls. It is calls and action that creates change. So we posted all of the numbers on all our socials. Want you to definitely make those phone calls. Any place, any place. Dr. Martin Luther King, in the spirit of what this show is about, said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So when we find it, we stand it out. Make those calls, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.
No, that means a lot.
Okay, I'm waiting on Tina, but Tina, you must be gone. See you all tomorrow.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Dr. Wilson.